Nicole Rose.
Yeah.
I have to go up after all of those wonderful comedians. I fucking quit. The question that I have is, are there women with soft vagina hair? I need to know this. We do have a red-tailed hawk in the building, but it's okay. I'm a biologist, and I can tell you that it is not territorial, so we're going to be safe. If she needs to be rescued, I can handle that. So I haven't been doing a lot of comedy because I did a set that bombed so hard, like the American government, that there were civilian casualties, including the audience and my ego. And it was such a successful bombing that I took a copy and I sent a copy of the set to President Biden, and with a request for $7 billion. And he sent me a response saying, if you give me 2 proofs of residence from a Ukrainian address, I'll cut you a check. With that kind of money, I could pay my audience to laugh. We have a real problem in this country with people that are against civil rights, social equality, class equity, and science. It's getting to the point where we might just want to scratch the warning labels off of the cleaning products and let society weed itself out. Society weed itself out. And our government is always walking us down the trail of self-destruction. That's their favorite thing to do. Their most recent quibble that they've gotten us into is they're regulating eggs. First, it was eggnog. Then it was Cadbury eggs. And now it's women's eggs. You better be careful, because they're coming for your breakfast next. They're not going to tolerate these chicken abortions much longer. That's actually why I'm wearing these beautiful bell bottoms that even button up, because I'm celebrating our success in time travel. Because after overturning Roe versus Wade, we are back in the early 70s. I actually look a lot like Amy Coney Barrett. Worst doppelganger ever. When I'm cute and crazy, it's endearing. But when she's cute and crazy, it's God-fearing. And it's not just a problem with Republicans, because the Democrats have become the enablers of Republican policy, and their solution to everything is just vote harder. What the fuck does it mean to vote harder? Should I scrunch my face really small when I'm reading the ballot? Should I hold the pen so tightly that my fingers turn white? Should I take the ballot outside and fill it out during a strong wind? Like, what the fuck is vote harder? There's a joke I'm forgetting here. No, I just said it. I got the note in my mind. So after 3 years of dealing with pandemics and poverty and loss of our civil liberties, we really don't want anything to fight for. We just want something to live for. And a lot of people complain that I say a lot. They're like, oh, you need to stop saying you need to have silences. It's better to hear silence than to hear you say Well, Obama used to say it, and nobody ever had a problem with him. Oh, but I know why. It's because Obama said and y'all like to hear because it reminds you of your mom. But I say and you don't like to hear that because it reminds you that you're not getting laid. Don't worry, I'm not either. The only time I get to say is when I'm in front of you. So now I'm going to tell some dick jokes, where I will think about a dick and joke about him. I started doing comedy because I used to tell jokes during my karaoke songs, and in 2020 I couldn't do karaoke anymore, so I started going to the live streams of comedians on YouTube. And when I was chatting in their live stream, they would read what I had written out loud on their live stream, and I thought, oh, this is great, I'm going to be a comedian's comedian. But it turns out that I'm really just a great heckler, because there was this one comedian, and he's very staunch about abolish the police or reform the police, depending on the sins of the station. And I heckled him so hard that he threatened to call the cops on me. I actually figured out another thing during those live streams, and that is that I want to date a comedian. But the only problem with falling in love with a comedian is you go from being a hopeless romantic to someone who's just hopeless. I found this out when I did try to date a cop in 2020. I met him at a Black Lives Matter protest. And everything was going really great. He would sit with me and watch all the videos on what it means to defund the police and watch all the videos on why we need to reform the police, and I couldn't believe how open-minded he was until one night he heard the phrase, ACAB, all cops are bastards. And he looked at me and he said, all cops are smarter. And I looked at him and said, if that were true, you would have said, all cops are brainy. And he left me. And that is my set. That is actually my favorite set. And I would drop the mic, but our host, Danny Luna, already dropped the mic tonight. So let's get Danny back up here. Not the real Danny, but you. Yeah. Ellie.
Everybody, let's hear it for Nicole Rose.
Yeah.
Well, it's about time to shut it down. My name has been Danny Luna.